Look, I know I've made a lot of videos this month about the wildfires in California, but in my defense, it's really fucking bad. And also, it seems nobody else is really talking about it. This was something I saw thrown around on Twitter a lot in the past week. People complaining that nobody in the media was talking about the fires. But I wasn't sure if it was true, because I don't watch TV and or read newspapers. And after all, the people who are experiencing a disaster may always feel like it's not being not getting enough attention in other places. When you're in the disaster, you know, it's bad and you want everyone to pay attention and talk about it all the time. But the Washington Post just found that cable news channels were in fact significantly, and I mean that in both the scientific sense and in the colloquial sense, less interested in the wildfires compared to the hurricanes that plagued the East Coast a few months back, even though the Camp Fire has killed 77 people so far and another 1,000 people are still missing. Hurricane Irma received about 4 times as much coverage as the wildfires on CNN, and it was just as bad on Fox News, MSNBC. And it's not just that they all hate California or something. Washington Post's Philip Bump suggests that there are a number of factors for it, like, for instance, hurricanes come with several days of warning during which cable news analysts can waste a lot of time speculating about how horrible it's going to be, while the wildfires just happened, just like that. Once hurricanes make landfall, the coverage usually drops. Plus, even though a lot of people are dead and missing from the wildfires, hurricanes have a much larger spread. Harvey did about 23,000 square miles of damage, compared to less than 800 square miles for the largest wildfire in California's history, the Mendocino Complex fire. So yeah, it's a huge fucking deal and no one's really talking about it. So I'm going to keep talking about it, and excuse my voice for going because we're still covered in smoke. I'm going to keep talking about it until I stop coughing and I can go outside without feeling like I'm playing the worst Fallout game of all time. Yes, worse than Fallout 76. No matter how much you hate Fallout 76, it didn't make you blow your nose and have black stuff come out. Yeah, it's gross. But I'm not here to talk about how no one else is talking about this. I'm actually here to talk about how David Johnson, nope, not the decathlete or the sportscaster or the DC Comics artist. You know, forget it. He's the county chairman of the Republican Party for Ohio's 6th District. And he posted a meme on Facebook recently saying that the fires are God's punishment against liberals, the liberals of California. I was intrigued by this at first because I assumed he meant it was because of all of the gay sex we have while smoking weed. It's pretty fun out here, you guys. But when Democrats called him on it, and demanded that he apologize, instead of apologizing, he clarified that he only meant that it was God's punishment for liberal policies of forest management. And I went over that in my last video on this subject, so that's not even true. But I had to spend several minutes trying to understand his logic, or the logic of his God. Like, you're God, right? And you look down and you see that your people have used liberal policies to fail to adequately clear out underbrush from the forest. So you decide that the best thing to do here is to punish them by sending a wildfire. What kind of shit God are you? Just make the underbrush disappear, you asshole. Why would you punish anyone for not keeping their forest tidier? Jesus. I mean, it doesn't matter because forest management, again, is not the whole story. And also, there is no God and we live in a cruel, uncaring universe. But still, weird. Even weirder considering that you're not just punishing liberals. In fact, half of the people affected by these fires up north are registered Republicans, and the plurality of the county voted for Trump in 2016. Finally, I just want to zoom in on this meme and point out the perfect font that Dave chose to really convey the feeling of being in hell. It's like generic Comic Sans for when Comic Sans is just too hoity-toity. Is someone selling elderly people software like Print Shop Pro or whatever, but just for making terrible memes, and the only thing it comes with are like 3 different Minion stamps, a photo of Tim Allen holding a wrench, and this font? So anyway, no, Dave, the fires aren't God's punishment for liberals. They're punishment for years of pumping CO2 into the atmosphere and for electing idiots like you who refuse to do anything to stop it.